The laws of success. Here at Student Success Tutor, there are 10 of them. I'm Jason Hopkins, and the first 5 are straight out of Arnold Schwarzenegger's mouth, even using his language. The other 5 is what I have noticed over the last 30 years of being on this path of becoming what I want, growing into my vision and working towards what I want out of my life. These 10 laws are kind of like the action philosophy, the place to check that are you working towards what it is you want so you succeed. So every one of them has different aspects that will help you get there faster, more smoothly, with a lot more fun, hopefully less mistakes, so you succeed. And this applies to study, how to study right, how to get it done, and move into that career or that place of employment or lifestyle that you want. But they also apply into your personal life, how to become a good person, how to be happy, how to have great people around you. It all builds. This is the good thing about here. What we cover in this website is it's foundational. It will help you study. You can get photographic memory, and you can grow to be a really amazing person. So I'm currently in Melbourne. Can you see who's up there on the silo? A great role model, one of the top role models of leadership in the world at this point in time, Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand Prime Minister. I am from Christchurch. Even though I've been here 11 years, I was devastated in March when that massacre took place. And Jacinda stood up and held the nation together, because as a Kiwi, that sort of hatred and doing that sort of thing while it's on the news, not conceivable that a Kiwi could do that, and one didn't. But how she stood up and brought the people together, and that painting is very symbolic, embracing the Muslim community in their grief because peace-loving people were mown down. How she spoke about it, how she pulled the country together, has ignited leadership at a great level. It's changed my life. It's changed how I behave and think and what I will allow and not allow. And I'm pretty quick to point it out these days. Thank you, Jacinda. A lot of great things are going to come from that country now. So the reason I'm standing with this in the background is because law 9 of success is role models and leadership. And Jacinda is definitely an icon for that. So in summary, these 10 laws will help you get to where you want to go in your studies, in your life, in your relationships. They act as a guidance system for you to check in with how you're progressing, and if you look at them individually, then you can pick bits to work on, to focus on, and just the mere act of doing that activates your unconscious, and your unconscious works towards what you want. Therefore you need to tell it what you want, hence the laws. So in summary, number 1 is your vision. What inspires you? What sort of lifestyle do you want? What sort of person do you want to become? There's different things you can have visions around. Where do you want to move to? This activates the right side of the brain, the overview side, the summary side, activates your neurology. So you start noticing things. Have you noticed that when you're in a car that your family owns, you see lots of those cars around? It's just automatic, isn't it? Law 2 of Arnold Schwarzenegger's think big. Make it big. Make it stretch you. Yes, you're gonna fail. But true failure only happens when you've had a learning experience and you stay on the floor. As Arnold says, You can only go as low as the floor. Get back up. If you're getting back up, you haven't failed. Take the learnings, the success journal. Number 3, ignore the naysayers. Humans are naturally good at that. It's built into our fight-flight instinct. It's built into our psychology, our unconscious, keep us safe. Prime directive number 1. So a prime directive is the rule book of how your unconscious works. I simplify that by saying, speak to your unconscious like it's your 5-year-old brother or sister or best friend that you care about. When you talk to yourself that way, your unconscious will really respond, and that's why the bird videos are here. That's why all these 10 laws of success have a cockatoo video, distracting and as biting as they may be. There's a lot to learn in them by watching those birds and how I relate and how they behave. Law 4 of Arnold Schwarzenegger's, using his language, is work your ass off. Now, I say it's mathematical. I say if you keep working towards it, you'll get there. You work at it more consistently, you'll get there faster. In terms of what I talk about is the basis of learning, of being happy, of having emotional intelligence so you can relate to people and sort out the tough stuff. This law takes on a different meaning. It's about consistency of application. When the phone's ringing, when you're walking down a corridor, you can check your state. What is my state? And then you can bring yourself more into the learning state, and it becomes a habit. You get it good as coming into the learning state as Tiger Woods is at playing golf, or Roger Federer at tennis, or Arnold Schwarzenegger at being successful with movies and weight training and being a governor and all those things. You can do it. Just apply these laws and apply the core life skills, state awareness, learning state, and be as consistent as you can. So law 4 means if you apply, you'll get there. You don't run a marathon by sitting on the couch, do you? You've got to train. And your neurology, regardless of where you're at now, you can train your neurology, activate it, make it stronger and better. It's a muscle. So you can do it. It's just a matter of applying these laws. Number 5 of Arnold's is give back. So you can do that in a number of ways. By sharing what you've learnt, by helping people, by being supportive and just saying yes instead of nay. So the first 4 of Arnold's laws are really about where are you headed, working towards it so it's big, so you stretch yourself and you keep going, ignoring the naysayers and people that put you down or all that sort of stuff, because there's just lots of that, isn't there? And being consistent and apply and try and try and try and try. And you will get there, because that's what all this is about. So in the unconscious mind page, I talk about the habits of the unconscious that you just do without not even thinking, what you're automatically good at. When you train yourself to do the good thing, the right thing, to bring yourself into full resourcefulness, the learning state, then you live in that place and you have resources when stuff gets tough and you are stressed and you've had a bad day and all those sorts of things, and you learn those skills to come back to a peaceful place so you can function, so your brain works, so you can learn, so you can do well in the exam, so you can bring yourself into the learning state in these times. So I add, and then the 5th one of course is sharing it. And when you share it, you teach. If you want to actually learn something really well, learn it enough and then start sharing it with others who haven't mastered it as well as you. That's how you learn. The next 5 are mine. So number 6 is balance. You have a whole semester or a whole year at school. Let's plan it. Work out what you're going to do, how you're going to balance your studies, your sports, your social life, your family, your holidays. What happens if you get sick? You can build all these things in. You can't just study 12 hours a day. Your neurology actually just can't. Trust me, I've tried. So how do you bring in balance, and how do you use the right techniques so you get there faster and easier? We cover that in the study skills. Law 7, community. Having yay sayers, the antidote to the knockers and the squashers and the bullies and the people that don't like you being happy. Here at Student Success Tutor, we've got the Mastery Club. There's one for students. We cover all of the stuff to do with being a student and developing these qualities, these skill sets, so you do well at school and do well in life. Yeah. There is also a Mastery Club for parents. Parents who are also learning to embody this material for themselves first, and also so they can relate to their sons and daughters and ask the right sort of questions, and you do it as a team. Work together. Wow, that would be amazing. I've met some amazing kids in my life, and their parents embody this stuff. And when these young children grow into teenagers, oh, amazing. It is possible. The sooner you get into it, the better. So finding community, Law 7. These people support you. They go, yep, and you know how they think. They don't treat you like a weirdo. Because if you do something different to everybody else, you know, there is a strain with that. It's like you're out of rapport. You're out of the norming, the culture of that group. So when you're with people that do the same thing, support you in your efforts and when you stuff up and help you learn while you're stuffed up, then you're going to succeed faster. So Law 7, community, find it. It's really important. The Mastery Club here is all about that, having you with your peers, and we do a whole range of activities to help you master this stuff faster so you can embody it in your life. Law 8, uniqueness. We are all unique. So what is it about you that's different? What is it about you that's special? What is it about you that gets you excited? Cherish that. Bring it out. Jacinda Ardern is definitely unique, as am I. When you look at the videos below for each law, there will be one there with me with a mob of wild biting cockatoos. Classic. Number 8 is truly special. A truly unique bird was a star in that video. Notice how I talked to it, him or her. Notice how it kept coming back. Notice how I treated it nicely even after it had bitten me. When you embrace your uniqueness and share that, it's interesting. I hope you find these bird videos interesting, because that's me. And the birds really do teach us how we operate. We operate mostly unconsciously, but we have the capacity to self-reflect, which is talked about in the framework of how this all ties together, and is very, very foundationally strong as a developmental process here to make great students, great parents, great adults, and help people to live in that place of happiness, which Carl Jung, if you get through to level 10, law 10 mastery, is the individuation process. Psychological wholeness. Modelled by that person there. Thank you, Jacinda. Which does take us on to Law 9, which is a 2-part law. Part 1 is find role models. What is it she embodies? What is it about her behaviours that you can bring into your life? So I've now won't tolerate nastiness or hatred or judgment. I just, state clearly that it doesn't work for me, or I just don't even go there, and I take myself to a better place with better people. I don't let it come over me anymore. It's important. The second aspect is then the leadership side of it, where because that's becoming part of you, you start sharing that. So by sharing that, I mean you start walking the talk. You don't have to stand up on a stage and do videos. You just bring that into how you relate to people and how you bring that into your life. How does Roger Federer still be a world-class Grand Slam champion? Because he practices. So practice what you want. Practice to what you want to move towards. Law 1, your vision. Share it with people. Teach other people. Help other people. That's leadership. And that's rewarding. So that's Law 9. Law 10, mastery. The whole base of the framework here at Student Success Tutor is based on how you operate as a human being, which is mirrored with the birds and the animals. How to work with your unconscious, so it becomes the default habit. So when the skill of state awareness embeds itself, what's my state? Go look at that page. And you enter the learning state where left and right hemisphere, your brain is turned on, your whole neurology is turned on, so you have full access to all of your resources, so you can keep cool, calm and collected even in tough times. Becomes natural. This is also where photographic memory becomes completely possible with your subjects. And yes, it requires work. There is no quick, easy way, but when you build this muscle so it operates properly, your life might go photograph it throughout your entire year. It did with me. I could remember entire conversations 6 months later, much to the concern of the people I was talking to at the time that disagreed with me, because I could say it verbatim. It's scary, man, if you're on the receiving end of it. But that's the holistic nature of you. The holistic nature of your unconscious is that it takes in everything like a sponge, like the newborn baby. So level 10 is the mastery. It is where you go back to that natural state that you were born as, a mega learning machine with all of your neurology working, just now as a person over the age of 7. It's conscious with your current personality. So my Jason. So mastery is where the default habit is that of being state aware, which is foundational as a human being, which separates us from the cockatoos and the koalas and your pet dog, and being a human. You can choose to be aware of your state and choose to change it and go into what I call the learning state, which is the place of resourcefulness. Eventually that becomes default as the unconscious habit. Now I simplify all of this by breaking it down to state awareness, learning state, and talking to your unconscious like it's a 5-year-old best friend, brother, sister that you care about. And then you treat other people that way, which is how I talk to the birds in all these videos down below. That is mastery. Mathematical, the laws are here. The skill set is here. All you have to do is apply it and apply it until that becomes the habit. It's like running a marathon, but you're running a marathon to great grades, to a great job, to great friendships, and to being happy. And then you can handle life well when the tough stuff happens. Leadership. Then you can handle the tough stuff, like I talk about in the emergency response page where I was hit by a car. And I have that response regardless of what's going on in my life now, be it extreme pain, tough situations, relationship stuff. That peace and happiness is with me always, because I know how to connect into my neurology. I know how to bring myself into the learning state even when my emotional traffic light is in the red and the strong emotions running. Mastery. Individuation. The place of wholeness. Those are the 10 laws. If you look at each one of them regularly and see what you're doing and how you can move towards it, you will get there. It's mathematical. So if you want help with that, there's some online courses here. There is the Mastery Club where you're in a community and I guide it, and we have weekly group meetings, online, activities, research projects. This stuff's at the cutting edge of research, it really is. Totally cutting edge. Neuroscience is starting to give the results that I've talked about for years. Perfect timing. And then there's the tutoring where we can get into the nitty-gritties, work out where you are in the framework, help you move through, give you the study skills if you're the student, help you with your life situation if you're an adult and you just want to be happy and have a great life. So if you have any questions, please make contact. I'm Jason for studentsuccesstutor.com.